Hey guys, it's Dev Typhoon coming out with another video here. Today we're just going to go over a few simple fixes that I had to, fix up for the last few videos, including the deer. Also, I got this great comment from LionGamer43, asked for some birds, and even gave a suggestion to do some particle effects to fill the sky a little bit with birds. And so I did just that. I modeled a very, very simple bird. I know it's not particularly bird-like, but it gets the basic shape, and that's what I was looking for here. And so I actually had to look up a little tutorial. I'd never done particle effects with 3D with meshes before, and it's a lot simpler than I thought it was going to be. And then I was able to just import that simple model, once again just a little model, it's nothing fancy, into Unity, and I made a particle effect out of it. And just down there at the renderer, you just need to change it to a 3D mesh, and you can add those right in there, which was really cool. I thought it has a cool effect, and it was a great idea, so I appreciate the comment and helping me continue to improve my developing skills. I then messed around with a lot of the settings of the particle effects and made them rotate around in kind of an aerial direction, like a spherical direction, and put them high in the sky so that when you look up and see them, it kind of gives the appearance of birds, even though there's 10 at a time disappearing and things. But overall, I think it turned out all right. And so now, when you do take a look at the sky, you look up and you can see what, looks a little bit like birds, which is great. I think it adds a great aesthetic, and I'll be placing those in different spots, maybe even randomly spawning them later on, so that it just adds a little more life, again, to the world, which we've been kind of focusing on the last couple weeks, making it feel a little more game-like and a little less, like a sandbox. So, the other issue I've been having, though, is with the stinking deer, and I've spent a lot of time trying to figure out the AI to make it work the way I wanted it to. And as you can see, a couple of issues I'm having is one, it's walking in a straight line. It's not always walking when it's supposed to be walking, or as in like it's moving without the walking animation playing, or it's eating while it's moving forward. And this was quite a bugger for me to figure out because I haven't done much AI. And this is a good one, though, that stretched me a little bit more. And towards the end, I'll get to it here, but we figured something out, which is good. But it took me forever just to sit here and look at it over and over again, failing and failing and failing. So I got it to be able to curve a little bit, and I thought I had it. Obviously, he's not walking at that point. And I was excited, though, that he was turning until he just started floating away. And this isn't Christmas, you shouldn't be flying quite yet. There's no sleigh, no Santa, so we want the deer to stay on the ground, preferably. So I had to go back in and adjust that. I think the issue here is that I just put on a player controller, and I'm trying to use that instead because I set up the movement for my player in a similar way I wanted the deer, other than I want it to run automatically instead of through input. And I forgot to apply gravity to the deer. I'm not sure why it waited and why it went up. Maybe the hitbox hit the ground just right so that it bounced it up just a touch and it just started floating away. But I was able to fix that. I put gravity on the deer, which is good, so that it won't float away. But I still had some issues with it turning. But eventually I found out I was using invoke repeating way too much. It's a dangerous thing to do. I didn't realize that I needed to get rid of those. So basically I got rid of all the invoke repeatings. Now the deer, the hitbox isn't quite right, but now the deer will wander by itself. It'll turn, it'll move forward, it will walk during its walking animation, and it's a lot more lifelike now. And I got lucky that I went down to the water here, but it looks good until it, goes for a swim and is just on the bottom. But those are things we'll figure out here in the future. I'm just happy to have that deer working, and we got some birds too, so it's looking great, guys. I'm appreciated all the support you've given me so far, and keep going. Maybe throw in the comments what else you'd like to see in there. These are bouncing back good ideas for me. I probably will take some time to focus on some of the core mechanics again, but I appreciate you guys watching the video, and I hope you have a great week.